evening, friends. Today we are gathered here for a briefing with regard to case number 2/21 of SIC Vigilance PS Itanagar. The case was registered on 5th of March 2020 under the section 120B, 420, 465, 471 and 409 of Indian Penal Code, read with section 13(1), subsection C, D and section 13(2) of Prevention of Corruption Act 1998, which is otherwise known as Seppa-Chayangtajo Road. So SIC has received a complaint from Mr. Pai Gyadi, a known social worker. He has alleged that Seppa-Chayangtajo Road has been under construction since 2008 and more than 1 billion rupees has been paid to the various companies involved in the construction of this road, but no proper execution of work has taken place on the ground. So after receiving his complaint, a preliminary inquiry was conducted by the SIC. On the basis of findings of preliminary inquiry, a case was recommended to be registered. In the meantime, on 19th Feb 2020, we have received another complaint with regard to same road. It was made by the representative of All East Cramming Student Union. So that complaint was also merged in this case. And upon the registration of the case, as you are aware that the period of construction or period of execution of work, it involves from 2008 to 2021, roughly 13 years. So there were huge lot of documents and other stuff. So it took some time to get all those documents and then to arrange them and to scrutinize them. During this time period, various officers have been presided over to look after the work. So to look in the role of each and every officer and what are the wrongful act on their part. So it took us roughly 5 months. In the process, the entire team of SIC, including myself, we have visited that Seppa-Chayangtajo Road on 26th and 27th of July. And after that, finally, we have reached the stage that we could make some arrest. So with regard to this case, we have arrested 3 persons till now. And the first one is Sri Tare Murtam. He is son of Sri Teik Murtam. Currently, Sri Tare Murtam is working as Executive Engineer PWD Nacho Division. He is one of the incumbent Executive Engineer of Chayangtajo PWD Division. So he was detained on the intervening night of 5th and 6th September. After detailed questioning, he has been formally arrested on the 6th September. After the arrest, the team has, since the jurisdiction lies with the special judge, and today, this evening, we have arrested 2 persons. One is Mr. Doba Jini, 56 years old. He is currently Superintendent Engineer in the Office of Chief Engineer, PWD Division, PWD Itanagar. He was incumbent Executive Engineer, Bombing Division. So he has presided over this supervision of this work for some time. And one more person who is arrested is Sri Ramesh Babu. If you are aware of this matter, that in the mid of the execution of work, one new firm, DRB Infrastructure, has been roped in. So Mr. Ramesh Babu is the MD DRB Infrastructure. So till now we have arrested 3 persons, and SIC is looking after one more accused involved whose role has been established. There may be others as well, but as of now, the 4th one who is at large is Mr. Seppa-Chayangtajo. So he is currently posted as Executive Engineer, Chayangtajo PWD Division. Earlier, he was posted as Assistant Engineer, Seppa-Chayangtajo Division. While he was Assistant Engineer, he was the officer supervising the entire work. As I believe that at that time no Executive Engineer was there. So he was having the DDU power in the first instinct as well. So Mr. Yanko is at large. He has approached the Itanagar bench of Honorable Guwahati High Court for interim relief for pre-arrest bail. So Honorable High Court has rejected his plea of the pre-arrest bail. So with means I request all my media friends to, through you I want to request the public that please help us so that we can get hold of him. So this is all I have to say about it. If you have any question, please feel free to answer.
So, since you have arrested 3 people so far, so what the implementing evidence you got from those 3 people, and you are looking for another accused, and we got to know at least 10 to 6 executive engineer had served in bombing in Chayangtajo division regarding this case. So we just want to know the incrementing evidence you have gathered from those 3 people that accused one was absconded.
The thing is that there were more than around 10 engineers who have supervised this road. With regard to exact incriminating evidence, I'm sorry, I cannot disclose it because still it is under investigation. But on broad term, I want to tell that there can be two kind of things. One thing is that a work is to be implemented in certain way, certain rules and regulations were overlooked. But if no criminality, means no give and take of money or no give and take of any favor is involved, then that attracts the departmental action. So in such cases, we are not going for arrest at this stage. There are certain other things where huge money is involved and clear cut there are evidence of some kickback or some favor being extracted in some form, maybe in cash or maybe in kind. So in the case whether if someone has given that favor, someone has taken that favor, if we have that kind of evidence, so we have gone for arrest. So there is certainly things against these 3 people and the one who is at large, but exactly what they are, I'm sorry, I cannot disclose because we have to produce them and we have to apprise the court about it.
Sir, second question. Since you have looked into the entire issue for last 5 months, as you have said, sir, and according to the department statement, I think 172 crore rupees were involved during 13 years. And so far we know the department say that only 19 crores is left in the department account. So since you have investigated it, we want to know how many amounts is left to be implemented and used in that project.
The exact amount what is remained with the PWD, I think they must be able to tell that what is the exact amount left. But what we have found, because you must understand it is a 13-year-old thing. So what we are doing, because if someone make allegation that quality of road is not good, and if in fact SIC cannot go and check, technical team was constituted by DC Seppa, they have checked. So certain thing we cannot ascertain at this point of time, whether because roads can be worn off in the 10 long years. But there are certain other things. Let's suppose there has to be X number of culvert. Even if a culvert is damaged, the ruins of the culvert, damaged culvert will be there. So such thing which can be objectively observed and objectively examined. That was done by a team constituted by DC Seppa, and in that they have found that work has not been executed as per the DPR, and the payment made to the various beneficiaries, it is in excess of the actual work done. So we are relying on their report, and in certain portion of the road we will request if required for the further technical examination, but at this stage we have not requested.
एसपी साहब, जैसे कि सेप्पा-चायांताजो रोड अभी कुछ दिनों से बहुत जोर से चर्चा में है, खास करके जब से स्टूडेंट्स यूनियन और सोशल वर्कर पाई गया का जिसमें आपने नाम लिया, FIR रजिस्टर्ड हुआ, लेकिन काफ़ी जैसा कि अभी आपने भी बताया कि 10 एग्जीक्यूटिव इंजीनियर वाज देयर, सो आर यू एक्सपेक्टिंग द अदर इंजीनियर्स हैव एनी कनेक्शन, एनी रोल इन दैट केस?
As per the investigation which is done till now, we have zeroed on these 4 persons. So at present we are looking after Mr. Yangtho, and at this point of time we have no plan to arrest anyone other than Mr. Yangtho. But we will examine these 3 who are arrested, and then we will examine Mr. Yangtho. Then we will see what things are coming out. And in this particular case, the role of that concessionaire who have constructed the road, so they are also under scanner. So let us see what comes out, and I will brief you if and when the new development happens.
सर एक और सवाल है क्योंकि जब हम बात करते हैं तो अरुणाचल में और भी काफ़ी रोड्स है जो घोटाला का और आपका स्कैनर्स में है, जैसे हम लोग स्कैनर्स बोलते हैं, यू और SIC इज ऑलरेडी इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग द केस, सो कैन यू डिवोट समथिंग अबाउट दैट, एनी प्रोग्रेस, because the case
Any particular case, if you can
sir, I don't want to name a single case because you have lots of cases with regards to several Trans-Arunachal Highway.
In the Trans-Arunachal Highway, we have, I think, two cases. One is Joram Kolegaon. In that case, we have filed the charge sheet, and the second case is Potin Gopi. So it is being investigated on the
Space.
yeah, we have prepared the draft charge sheet, and we have requested the competent authority to accord the prosecution sanction. That case is being supervised by the Itanagar permanent bench of Honorable Guwahati High Court as well. So these two cases, almost investigation is in, one is already over, which is charge sheeted, and in the other case it is in the final stage.
Means you want to say that the investigation process has already been completed?
In one case it is completed, that is Joram Kolegaon. We have filed the charge sheet, na, Joram Kolegaon.
Okay, so this is sufficient last pieces of the
Okay. So in that Joram Kolegaon case also, we have received certain prosecutions. I mean, investigation is over from our part. We are waiting for the prosecution sanction of one or two accused, and as soon as we receive, we will file the charge sheet.
सर इन तीनों को एग्जैक्टली कहाँ से पकड़ा गया और इन्होंने किसी ने सर इंटरिम बेल के लिए अप्लाई किया?
Now they have been arrested, so there is no question of interim bail. Mr. Tare Murtum, he was arrested. He was detained from, I think, his house, Naharlagan, and later on arrested in PS only. And these other two, Sri Dobajini and Sri Ramesh Babu, they are arrested from our PS only. We have called them for questioning, and when they were not able to give the satisfactory answers, so we have arrested them.
सर आप लोगों ने गाँव वालों से मिला था, इन लोगों का सर क्या अप्रोच है इस केस को लेकर?
गांव वालों का तो यही ग्रीवांसेस है कि उनका इतना साल से मीन्स they were saying that in the 1917 first vehicle was reached in Seppa-Chayangtajo, but इतना साल के बाद भी वो रोड नहीं बन पाया है. So we told कि हम लोग तो इस केस को अच्छे से करेंगे, अब रोड बनाने का भी मतलब गवर्नमेंट अपने लेवल पे देखेंगे कि इसको कैसे कंप्लीट करना है.
Sir, reports are coming in that community-based organization are prescribing movements to soften SI in this case. So how far it's true?
SI means
कोई सर
SIC?
पूछने का मतलब है सर कि कोई आपको प्रेशर तो नहीं हो रहा है कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से, कहीं से कोई कम्युनिकेशन से?
We have a pressure, but that pressure is for competently handle this case, and that pressure is for arresting who all are involved. There is no negative kind of pressure to go lean or to go weak. So this matter has been
But, sir,
discussed.
we are getting reports for pressure is for leniency on this case.
No, we have not, means it is not even true in the fraction of imagination. If something is there at other level, I don't know, but for SIC, this matter was taken up at the highest level. It was discussed, and the instructions are large and clear that no innocent should be harassed, but if someone has done anything wrong, no leniency should be toward that person, because 13 years is a long time, and we cannot make a public of a certain area, because this road does not serve only to Chayangtajo. Up to a certain point, other routes also come out from this road, which go to Bamin and other areas. So around, I think, 2 or 3 MLA constituency of the Arunachal Pradesh will be benefited if this road is completed successfully. So that's all. There is pressure to arrest the accused, not to show leniency.
सर जैसे आपने बोला चांगताजो गया था, थोड़ा लोगों से बात किया, लोगों का मन में क्या था कि सड़क बने होंगे ना सर?
हाँ, सड़क बनने का था.
सर एक चीज जानना था क्योंकि इन्वेस्टिगेशन आप कर रहे हैं, हम लोग तो वहाँ गया नहीं, मौसम भी खराब है, कोरोना काल भी चल रहा है, तो वहाँ सर सड़क का काम चल रहा है क्या अभी?
हाँ, सड़क का तो अभी इसमें ऑलरेडी वर्क इज गोइंग ऑन। सिपा से थोड़ा पास में एक ब्रिज बन रहा है, ऑल वेदर ब्रिज, जो हम लोगों ने देखा था। आई थिंक दैट शुड बी कंप्लीटेड इन 2-3 months.
Sir, can you tell us the total numbers of officers involved in this case, and what about the Gammon India and DPR company?
Total number of officer, exact number I think we will, I don't have that number. Involved in the sense there were around 22 or 23 engineers who have supervised the construction of this road. It doesn't mean that all 23 have done something wrong. So we are reviewing the things in their means tenure wise. So it was a long tedious process. Our Mr. Roy, Inspector Roy and Inspector Habung is not here. So they have done a detailed work, and it took us really 3-4 months to digitalize all the things and to make them systematically, so that if someone asks, if court asks, let's suppose what is the rule, so we have to tell these bills were done in their time, in their signature, this thing is not correct, this thing is not correct. So 23 or 22 engineers were there, and as per the concessionaire, Gammon India and this DRB, so their role is also under scanner.
तो ये तीनों जो आपने जिसको डिटेन किया वो फिलहाल अभी इस वक्त कहाँ है सर?
ये दोबाजिनी और रमेश बाबू, ये तो मतलब तीनों ही पुलिस कस्टडी में हैं। दोबाजिनी और रमेश बाबू को हम लोग, हमारी टीम कल लेके जाएंगे इनको स्पेशल जज बॉम्बिला सर के सामने प्रोड्यूस करने। और ऑलरेडी तारे मुर्तम को तो 14 डेज का पुलिस रिमांड मिला है, अभी हमारा टीम वापस आया है।
सर थोड़ा सा हटके है सर, पिछले बार आपने कोई केस बैंक केस को इसलिए फॉरेस्ट ऑफिसर भी इन्वॉल्व कर सकते हैं, उसका क्या अपडेट है?
वो केस का इन्वेस्टिगेशन पूरा है। वी आर वेटिंग फॉर द रिजल्ट ऑफ दैट FSR. As soon as the result of FSR will come, that case will be charged.
वो ऑडियो वीडियो होगा सर?
हाँ, ऑडियो वीडियो मीन्स केस करने के बाद कोर्ट में प्रूफ भी करना पड़ेगा।
तो सर जो एक्यूज था, जो
हाँ।
अरेस्ट वगैरह हुआ था, उन लोगों का क्या स्टेटस है सर?
काफी टाइम तक तो उनका बेल नहीं हुआ था। आफ्टर 2 months 60 डेज के बाद उनका बेल हो गया है, जो मैंडेटरी प्रोसेस होता है उसके थ्रू। आई थिंक एनीथिंग एल्स?